Falcons in this game, the only cooldown they really have is God Strength. Everything else is fast and rapid. So if Aurora sleeps for just a tiny moment, there's usually 2 or 3 heroes already on you. So Nightfall's gonna have to find some really good farming patterns, and Kiyotaka's somehow gonna have to slow down Falcon's pace.
Yeah, you're
Which means he needs an
correct.
axe. Which he needs an axe.
In Falcons too, they know each other really well and understand how the other one wants to play. When you have a Pudge and a Timber Saw, it really matters because you want to be deep into enemy territory.
So you do want to keep an eye open on those deep ops wards like Aurora did at the 4-minute mark.
TPs were used, and immediately the gates become not as important.
Malrine just mistimed 3 last hits, so he hooked the last creep to get at least 1.
Yeah, to feel better about himself. But this
Yeah.
is not good, right? When you start the lane, first of all, he got harassed quite a lot, and Pudge doesn't have a lot of armor to begin with, so the Void Spirit can definitely trade with you, even though your damage is quite a lot superior.
Malrine's really gotta be careful here because that Resonant Pulse level 1 is only 60 damage. And Pudge in general has actually quite high regeneration, as you can see, with the tank.
Yeah, Malrine is definitely uncomfortable in this lane, and it's gonna stay that way.
That was a missed remnant.
Yeah, he could have connected that one much better on Kiyotaka. Well, it doesn't matter. The lane is still going quite nicely for him.
One good thing playing a Pudge in mid is you can always use your hook for a rune, get your mana back. So I think that's what he's aiming for right now, is wait for Kiyotaka to run for a rune. He'll hook the other. His bottle's flying in for a total of 5 bottle charges and the rune itself. Bottom, Amar is in a bit of trouble here with that Timber Saw.
Yes,
Panto and Nightfall. Oh, he took the long way out. He was hoping Crit might have the damage to finish off Panto while that was happening. Tame the Beast was still on cooldown. He walked into the low ground, into the river, and it looked like Amar just might have died because of it, but he just tried to draw him closer into Crit. Now Crit is getting pulled in by the Sleepwalk.
Nice dodge.
Daggers, and Panto's just dancing around Crit. First blood for Aurora.
I think Falcons didn't really respect this right-click damage of the Nature's Prophet too much early on, which you should, right? This hero packs a punch early, just so many stats on him. Look at that, 66 damage, and his attack speed is nothing to laugh at either.
To my surprise, Malrina's actually hit level 4 before the Void.
Yeah, there were a couple of creep waves that died underneath his tower, so his wave doubled, and Kiyotaka needed some more time.
Yeah, now we can play aggressive with the meat shield. He can just burn Kiyotaka, level 2 rot. Meat shield duration on level 1 is 4 seconds, but now that he doesn't have it, he is in big trouble. Kiyotaka spells on cooldown though.
Water runes in 20 seconds, so Malrine, I guess Kiyotaka might try to kill him now with the next round of spells.
That's what I think he wants to do right now. He doesn't want to let another rune go for Malrine.
It's tough. You can see how Malrine is playing defensively just to get the tower region going, and he should be fine.
Alright, he's gonna be alright now. Get the bottle refill going for himself. And wait, Kiyotaka? Did he do that on purpose?
Which one?
Oh no. Oh, that's a mistake. He went for the water rune with his bottle in the backpack. The bottle didn't get refilled, so he just used the water rune active, and he didn't get any charges for it. But now Mira, with Nightfall, and together with Toronto Tokyo, they find snaking deep in the jungle. Positives of having a Furion on your lineup is always that +1 for ganks.
Nightfall's lane went really, really well. Now he's going to be a nuisance for everybody on the map, and really good potential rotations to the offlane, even towards the mid lane.
Pushing the Sven all the way back, has the war cry. Turning around for aggression onto Mira. I think Mira's dead here.
Sticks! Not enough. And what was that damage from snaking there at the end? That had to be the full 62 from the 51 to 62 range for the Enchantress.
Yeah, the high damage roller.
Exactly.
And Malrine solo kills Kiyotaka.
Gonna die for it. Oh, is
And
he?
got the Dismember as well onto Nightfall, so he's getting even regeneration and the tower to help to do some damage. And here comes
Has a clone
Amar.
blade.
And it's gonna follow up. There's Mira, there's Panto. They're bringing in the numbers. Amar might be the
Timber
one to
chain.
fall, but there's a hook
Nope.
from Malrine. Saves his buddy.
There's no Timber Chain, but there's another chain from Malrine. So yeah, saving him. No problem at all. Nicely done there. Really clutch plays coming out from Falcons. First getting that solo kill in the mid lane, getting level 6. One hit would have killed him, but he turns around with Dismember and heals more than enough. But at least they're gonna kill the Timber.
Yeah, bringing in the fourth hero. Bring in the mid with everybody down in the mid lane. Finish off Amar while Malrine was walking back home. But you are right. I mean, I think the Furion just TP's a little bit too close to the Pudge. I don't think that was necessary to TP right there, but because Malrine was, he could have walked in any direction really. Instead, he just stood his ground after that kill happened, and you're right in front of him. He hits level 6. He gets the Dismember. I'm not sure if he was looking at the Pudge hitting level 6. Kiyotaka probably was saying like kill him before he hits level 6. But he comes in way too late for that. If the Furion teleported earlier, they could have killed Malrine, and Kiyotaka would have lived, so... What ifs, what ifs. Falcons capitalized on the situation nicely.
Yeah, none of those things really in the end happened, and Aurora are doing quite well now after the laning stage. I mean, look at this Nature's Prophet. He's 1,000 gold ahead of anybody else from the other side. He is officially already a problem, Panda.
He certainly is.
Is Panto stealing this?
He can get to it. Crit is protecting it. Panto brings a Nightfall. 2 versus 1. On the other side, Mira will get the other. So, double wisdoms for Aurora. And a kill on Malrine by Kiyotaka.
AD Rune coming into play, and while the Pudge was farming here. So that's those aggressive wards from Aurora. Once again, their early game warding is just beating Falcons. Falcons need to study these games for the future, not only versus Aurora, but versus everybody else, because these early game wards of theirs are really something.
We're gonna start watching the death statistics as well, because now pretty much everyone on the server has died except for Skitter, Toronto, Tokyo, and Panto. So just 3 heroes who haven't died, as we actually have an interesting fact. Everything we were supposed to say in the integration was said by the commentator before the match.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
Panda, you're a ruiner. You're a ruiner.
Ahead of the curve. Ahead of the curve, I guess. Now the chat doesn't even know what it's about, but hey, if you were listening, you'll know exactly.
Not in the mid lane, though.
And time, that is pretty much back-to-back deaths now for Malrine inside the last minute. The player who was in the top 5 of least deaths. He's hit his average now, so Malrine isn't allowed to die anymore. You know, had his stacks. Had his
statistics say not that he's not allowed, that he was not going to die. He has become unkillable at this point, though I kind of doubt that's gonna be coming to fruition, because a underfarmed Pudge usually does die quite a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of the risk of playing a core Pudge is if you fall behind early and you don't even get to face boots. If you have something like a Tranquil Boots Pudge, you know you've been demoted to a support position. So maybe snaking finds a avenue to get big. Nightfall canceled that teleport out, and he dies because of it. 1 hit, 2 hits. There we go.
Why did he cancel?
I think that was just unnecessary for him to cancel. And meanwhile, Pudge finding almost a kill on Panto. Hooks on cooldown. Here comes the Timber. Amar will make sure he gets it. No flesh heap for the Pudge, though. He's only picked up 1 so
the
far.
The Void Spirit woke him up with an
kill.
urn. What? Why? I think that he could have escaped.
Mistakes.
Yeah, that's something that shouldn't happen. He's like, yo, why are you sleeping, Malrine? And they want him.
See if this is a mistake. Bringing in numbers here to kill Pudge. He doesn't get his meat shield off. Now he does. And he almost got his ulti channel off. It was not enough for him to heal, though.
Still too much damage between the two cores and then the line bringing in the lockdown. This mid lane tower being down for Falcons is a big problem, right? Just like for Aurora in the previous game, when you have a Magnus with the blink, you want to play around the mid lane. The same is true with the Pudge. As long as your mid lane tower is alive, a random hook can completely change the pace of the game, because Aurora then are going to be put in a position, do we dive? What do we do? Do we just let our hero die? Whereas now when that tower is dead, that whole area that should be...
I feel like Falcons, despite this Pudge having such a rough start to the game, Timber and Sven can easily take over this game, as long as they control this map for a bit longer.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't need to wait longer than 21, 22 minutes, and Sven is ready to go. So if Skitter's farm pace keeps up, I know he's 1,000 gold behind the Furion, but you know, it is a Furion. Naturally, you're going to be a bit behind the hero. You do have a very strong timing to hit with your items, your level 2 ulti. With luck, if he finds any freebies early on, maybe even a level 3 ulti, Kiyotaka's trying to finish off snaking here with the urn. And he's got the Enchantress. Dives him under the tower. No risk for him.
Yeah, you're right about the Sven, right? But he needs his Echo Saber and his Blink Dagger. Up until that point, you need to not die too much. And the thing is that Aurora haven't even hit their stride. Their stride is gonna come once the Magnus gets his Blink Dagger. They got their level 6s on their support, so right now you can expect them to get a couple of more pickoffs. And then Blink Dagger on the Magnus is when things really become dangerous.
Yeah. But I love what Aurora has been doing so far. Kiyotaka, despite the mistakes he's been doing in this early game, he's definitely making up for it with all these skills he's picked up so far. This is excellent net worth for a mid Void Spirit, having 6,000 already at 12 minutes, so he can definitely play a big role in the few next minutes to come. Amar with Snaking heading down, and this gank is gonna connect. Snaking is an easy target. Missing the stun on Mira there. Doesn't matter. Nightfall is brought in as well, and Amar just needs to escape. He's got no teleport, though. If they know about this, which I think they probably do, they only saw him in the lane. They didn't see him teleport there.
Now.
But now they probably realize, why is Amar taking a route like this?
Lion is coming.
And there's the scan as well. Amar taking the smart
Beautiful.
route. Very good moves.
No way.
He's just going to escape from the boys. Another teleport from Fury. He doesn't know exactly where to go, though.
Just took them for a ride.
Perfect circle.
Awesome. That is exactly what Falcons needed. That is exactly what they need. First of all, for their Timbersaw to continue surviving, but second of all, to buy time. And that was one of the best time buys that I've seen recently. Aurora completely being pulled by their noses around in the bottom.
Crucial item for the Void Spirit to get to that Aghanims early on and not get punished and not get pushed back, because that will basically just solidify Void Spirit being pretty much unkillable if you have that Aghs up. Even if the enemy has lockdown or burst damage, that damage is still lacking because Void stats are really, really high. 2.6 strength gain per level, 3.1 int gain per level, and of course as a universal hero, that's a lot of damage that you gain on your right clicks. You're getting more on your spells with Sanctuary, and that Aghs giving you that secondary barrier from Resonant Pulse. Just in general, what I'm saying here is Void shouldn't die in theory.
Yeah.
But we're only human. We make mistakes after all.
No. These are people who have transcended being human, and you're gonna see that they're even better than that. Mira, he's gonna be needing some help, though. I doubt anybody comes over.
No one's interested.
This is great.
Nothing to TP to. Deny though. That's really good. He's gonna give the tip to Amar. Like, what you gonna do? That's 3 heroes to kill a lion? You ain't getting me.
You know, if I'm Falcons, though, this isn't bothering me even one bit, because this is the part of the game where I'm farming my items, and the most important part of it is I don't want to die, right? So I'm just keeping an enemy hero off the map. Me not getting 200-300 gold extra, nobody cares. It's gonna be fine. Amar, no, man.
You're sad. I'm happy for Aurora if they get this one. You know. That's,
but it's so unnecessary.
You're also saying that Falcons is not really interested in that tip. They're also the most emotional team when it comes to the tier 1 scene. It comes from all the flavor and banter and all. Aurora is just getting fueled by that. So I think when you think about Aurora and Falcons in a head-to-head, these guys love the fire that Falcons throw in, because they're going to go throw more fire on top of that. It's going to be an absolute inferno.
They even gave a war to the Magnus now during this hunt, but lucky for Malrine, he read this one, cleared out the triangle, and got himself away just in time. So Aurora are not gonna be getting anything extra from the Timber. So him dying that deep is usually okay-ish if you don't lose anything else from you know, that snowballing out of control. So now we're gonna see how.
Skitter gank.
No, that's bad if he dies, and he does
Panto.
look like he's caught.
He's just gonna cliff him. You try to TP out.
Oh, he missed it.
No! No! You had it. You had it.
Oh, they got a.
Drop the voice lines.
They got a question mark as well.
You went from 200 IQ to room temperature IQ with that. It's online torch chill. There we go. That's a great line right there. All right. Net worth is still tied, 10-4. Timings are coming up on both sides. At least the item side timings. Sven's still a couple minutes away. Blink is 600 gold short. Has Echo, has Mom, has level 2 ult. If there's a fight near tower where Sven can TP to, that's something that Aurora just has to avoid. Get deep kills.
I want to say Aurora had an opening to get a bigger lead in this game. With the openings that they were given, they could have been 5-6k gold ahead right now. Even though it doesn't necessarily win you the game, it gives you a necessary advantage. So I'm thinking the Falcons are much happier with the current development of the events.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, as we have a quick farm period, you have a moment. Head over to Fissure's different social media channels. !F into chat.
Both Aghanim Scepters almost done, Panda. They're coming. Both on the Pudge and on the Timber Saw. Those are the big items. Plus the Sven Blink that you were looking for on the side of Falcons.
What I'm a bit worried about is there's no Yules coming up for Aurora versus the Axe on the Timber Saw that is soon going to be ready. They need to address that Axe somehow.
Lion is queuing it up though.
Okay,
so
thank God. Yeah.
And he's not that far off, right?
They need a Yules. They need that one Yules, and Mira needs to target the Timber.
Still, it leaves the Magnus as the only real jump in, right? The Void can go in and out, create a little bit of chaos, but you don't have the real jump in.
Crit spotted, insta hex, followed up by Mira. Tokyo will push him back, and Nightfall to secure this one, as long as that escape act doesn't draw them off. There we go. And now looking at bottom again, Amar. He's on edge of vision. They see him. That's a warning sign for both Kiyotaka and Panto, but Panto will get the grab. Has Fiend Script, by the way. And Sven does have that blink. Just how do they focus on this Timber? So Sven's already ulted in, goes straight to Kiyotaka and takes him down. But Nightfall is here to try and help out. Toronto Tokyo with the RP onto 3. Timber goes down. Sven's falling as well. And Pudge will only get the eat onto the Magnus. And he's left all by himself to his own devices. And that's Nightfall with the double kill. It was a good reply from Falcons with the Sven. But Toronto Tokyo, blink RP, grabs 3.
Okay, so Falcons, they did so well to survive until they have gold for their items, and they don't deliver them, and they fight. Give a fight for Aurora to increase the gold lead to pretty much a point where I would say this is where you're comfortable when your enemies are getting these items. Now you're gonna have the Yules on the line, now you're gonna have some extra items, and this is quite bad for Falcons. This should have been their time.
They couldn't even kill Panto in the Fiend Script duration. That channel went full on through. Nightfall will get so much out of that because that's the highest net worth hero dead. That's 3 cores in 1 RP. Doesn't get better than that, Toronto Tokyo. His teammates should give a bit of a pat on his shoulders for that. Kiyotaka finished off crit. Amar is pushed away with the vessel. He can't stick around. Maureen looking for the hook. Nobody to grab. Kiyotaka hides inside the creep wave. Dodges the hook. Spots the Sven coming in, but he's got the Ags, so he silences the Sven right away. No Stormhammer. 6k lead for Aurora. Just like that. Big swing. And now they smoke up and look for more.
And this is
RP
this
in
is
25. Fiend Script at 20.
Their lineup always has a way to play. That's just the case. You might have missed on a couple of kills. You might have missed on increasing your lead. But even when Falcons were getting their timings, you're still quite strong to fight. And they're going towards the Sven. Skitter needs to get out. He does have a shield rune.
Smoke popped, and they saw Toronto Tokyo in the trees. The tower actually gave a tiny bit of vision. And the scan also connects because of it. Skitter gets the XP. It's level 15. They smoke up on their own, knowing Aurora's nearby.
They want to fight for the Tormentor.
But they're fighting into a Fiend's Grip and the RP. But do they get out? Oh, this is going to be so close. They saw the Bane. They might catch two with this stun. They caught one. It's the Lion.
On the
Bane is on the run. Will throw the sleep. Crit takes it away. Skitter still on the chase. Blink in 6. TP out. Attempt 2 seconds on the stun. Not enough. Meanwhile, Pudge trying to land hooks there. Tokyo gets out.
One bad thing for Falcons is that still, and when their Sven is not in the battle, they have absolutely no catch, right? So you always have to, if you want to go for an extra kill or something on the on other sides of the map, if the Sven is already doing something, it's very unlikely that that move is going to work out until the Pudge has a Blink Dagger, and he wants to BKB first, and then maybe he's going to be buying a Blink.
Nullify for Void. Love this. This is also another answer to the Timber Ags. And in general, the Escape Act. Which is dispellable these days. And the War Cry. A lot of stuff to remove.
For sure. It's a pretty good item. And the Void Spirit likes to have the extra damage, right? It just makes your Astral Step that much stronger.
Yep. Still remember when we were building Void Spirit as a right clicker, just so that his Astral Step was his biggest source of damage. Oh, Toronto Tokyo does get the save from his ally with Mira landing a nice stun and pushes Pudge out of position. Nightfall, easy job for him to follow, but now he gets targeted. He needs to save. He's gonna get the sleep. He's got Hurricane Pike. He gets himself out for a time being, but Kiyotaka needs some help for him as well. There's the RP catching two. The both supports this time around, and they got the Timber Saw caught inside the Fiend's Grip. Aurora dancing around this fight, but the Sven is still in it. He's still going for a round number 2 onto Kiyotaka. He should be okay though, but Panto doesn't feel as great right now. Another vessel thrown in. Snaking getting taken down. Panto saves Hero with another 2-man stun. Falcons getting wiped. Aurora takes them all 5 heroes dead. And oh boy, we're getting ourselves a real game 2 right now. This is what Aurora is good at.
Dude, Mira and his Earth Spike saving everything. That jump in from the Magnus, so ballsy. One would say unnecessary. He reveals his position and puts himself in a spot where he's just gonna die. But then Mira comes in with a really good stun and changes everything. Look at that. Getting 2 heroes, Toronto Tokyo gets out, and there were multiple other Ether Remnants, Sleeps, and Earth Spikes to save this Nature's Prophet. Nightfall, he looked so dead.
Panto with some really good saves there. That Nightmare came in clutch. Keep Nightfall healthier. And then we talked about the immortality of this Kiyotaka Void Spirit. Like, he's pretty much the last guy to focus in a fight like this. And Nightfall had the time to teleport home to regenerate, use his own teleport to get back in, secures Amar and Skitter for the 2 kills. And he's 8,000 gold ahead of this Skitter Sven now. And almost level 20.
So when he has a Daedalus and a Satanic, that is when I feel like you can no longer even man fight him as a Sven, and that time is gonna come before Sven has anything of significance.
And Snake keep going down too. Aurora have fully taken over. Falcons are in huge trouble at the moment.
Yep.
They'll spot Kiyotaka, but you're not killing this guy.
Well, we're gonna try.
You're gonna try, but it's not gonna be enough. It might just be an Amar dies too. They'll just drop the RP on him. They're gonna wait out for his Axe to run.
Yeah, Fiend's Grip as well if need be.
There we go. Just controlled, just blowing up there. You can't kill Void Spirit. It's like...
Yeah, not with these two, definitely. You need a Sven at least, or Pudge at least, and Sven probably, to be able to threaten his life. But there's a big item now that came out for the Sven. The question is it enough? Because Nightfall has a BKB of his own.
He did use the RP. So them being in the Roche Pit, Falcons maybe made a judgment call that maybe we could challenge this, but is it gonna be worth it? These fights have not gone our way. So it's always risky when you're playing from behind, especially now that you've recognized in the last 2 fights that we're definitely on the receiving end. So they'll let this Aegis go. Immediate
Also
pick
Sven
off. Kiyotaka
caught.
finds the Sven. Actually, Mira's there to follow up. Finger, he doesn't have the mana for it just right now. So he goes for the mana drain. Has a lot of magic wand stacks. Stacks in the stick. Gonna focus on snaking instead. All the saves used. Mira, he will get this one.
Right now,
Hunting
the only thing that
aggressive.
Sven has.
Oh, they
in
spot
9th
crit.
They got him.
So that's gonna
Oh,
be another
that's
one.
very nice.
That's another one that they're gonna grab. Nightfall with the Daedalus. He just crits all the way. Panto secures the kill. Another 2 heroes down from Falcons, and the Aegis in their hands. They're pushing in the lanes. Tops pushed in. Mids at the tier 2
one
tower.
Skitter.
And they just need to get that bottom in. And Kiyotaka's just going to solo Skitter.
He wants his
This
BKB.
is how much disrespect he's giving to the man. Like, you're not getting away from me. You have burnt your 9-second BKB for nothing. And a tower will fall.
And that's just the thing. Usually at this point of the game, when the Sven has a 9-second BKB, you just want to slowly get it down, and then you know that later on down the line, you're going to be able to kite him no problem. But they're just so much stronger that they can force it out and kill him. And mind you, with one hero. I mean, not like Nightfall helped much there.
Picking up some real Nisha vibes here from the opening series on the first day of the group stage when he was playing the Void Spirit. Everyone else on Liquid was looking a bit lost. And Nisha was trying to win the game by himself, and this is what the Void Spirit seems to be doing. You going from Vessel into Aghanim's, and the world's your oyster.
Yeah, early on when he was lacking damage, Nightfall with his TPs was the one that was helping him get those kills. At this point, the Void Spirit no longer lacks damage. He can get kills on his own, or at least threaten the enemy so much that he's going to be forcing out TPs. So everything worked out for Aurora. I still think that this duo of Nightfall and Kiyotaka in this game was immaculate, and the main reason why the game is going so well for them.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gonna be pretty hard to give away a lead like this over to Falcons. But you are playing a Sven lineup, so level 18 is up, and when he gets to that crit, anything is still possible for Falcons. You're just playing against a lot of items now picked up on Aurora. 24,000 net worth Nightfall Furion.
And he's approaching that Satanic. He's actually not that far off. With that, with the current state of things, he can stand his ground and fight the Sven. Even to kill this Nature's Prophet, you're going to be needing a hook and dismember, the Sven hitting him, and somebody preventing the Magnus from jumping in. You see so many ifs, and you think, how is that even possible? Well, the answer, it really is not. And you're probably going to be seeing Nightfall playing in relatively defensive positions with his Nature's Prophet, even now during his Aegis, because he knows, if I'm not in a super ultra aggressive position, out of position for enemies to catch me, there is no way they deal with me. If I TP in the middle of the fight, I still win. That's how easy it is for the Nature's Prophet at this point.
At least they've been able to dodge that Aegis pretty well. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on it. Panto might have been spotted. Mar only gets to play this one lane at the moment. Well, he gets revealed again, and they instantly turn around on Falcons, thinking that there's going to be more heroes, but, you know, you bring in a +1. If you find a Bane, the Bane probably has found you. the Bane of your nightmares.
Yeah, I don't know what Amar was doing there. They saw the Bane placing down that ward in the little river, and despite that, he just ran forward.
Sven just goes straight in, but the
No way.
Scout's there, the Ghost Scepter. Mira missing the stun completely, but Melreen will eat the Lion. Nightfall, Aegis still up. They do not want to fight that. And Pudge is just, oh my goodness. Straight up dying during his BKB teleport out. But it's out just in time. Meanwhile, Snaking not so lucky. AD Void Spirit, crits, escape cut by Toronto Tokyo, and Nightfall.
Skitter died to neutrals. I think he should have been able to escape. Not gonna lie, he was low, but he survived. Nobody was coming for him, and he just died to neutrals. I don't really saw
I don't think we saw that. If we see a replay, we have to take a look at that, because I'm pretty sure production highlighted it. I was looking at a completely different engagement there. I'm gonna see what was going on with the Sven, but yeah, you're right. That means he's also dead for another 20 seconds. He really doesn't want to buy back because he doesn't have his ulti up. So another lane of racks to fall. Amar is waiting for an opening in, but he's got nobody to work with. Supports are only just respawning. The bot lane is almost completely cleaned up.
Yeah, at this point, Nightfall does so much damage that he might be able to kill.
And he grabbed another one. You respawned, you died. The hook misses. Amar goes in.
Buyback.
The Tokyo baiting with the RP there for a second. Snaking. Yep, he buys back. Timber stuck on the low ground.
He's gonna lose
Behind
his
enemy
axe.
lines. Fingered up. Blown up. Game 3 imminent here. Snaking. If that was a crit, Nightfall would have killed him, but he's
Sven is
crit
waiting for an
Malrine
opportunity.
instead.
He got hexed!
And there we go.
Goodbye,
GG.
yeah.
That's it. Game